Here's how I'm going to build the plant propagation tray. I'm starting with a small mixing tray, and I got 2 bags of sand, and I've also got some weed block that I already had. The first step is I'm going to drill some drain holes in the mixing tray. So I'll go ahead and do that, and when that's done, I'll put the weed block in. That'll keep the sand in, let it drain, and keep the sand from washing out of the drain holes. Okay, I've got the holes cut into the plastic tray. I did 14 holes, maybe 15, just kind of random throughout the bottom. And I went ahead and cut the fabric, so it's going to set right in there. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just got to cover all the holes, and I didn't want it coming over the edge. So there's the fabric inside. So now the only thing left to do is drop the sand in there and then place the box. So let's get that done. All right, I've got the propagation tray in place now, and I poured in the 100 pounds of sand. You can see that the 2 bags filled it up just perfectly. So that's a good combination, that smaller tray plus 2 bags of sand. And where I placed it is actually at the bottom of my outdoor seed starting rack. So the idea is the propagation tray should be in shaded sunlight. You don't want it in direct sun, but it does need some light. And every morning the misters go off in the seed starting rack here. So that water should drip down and help keep this sand moist. The sand gets a little bit of direct sunlight right in the morning, maybe half the tray, but for the most part it's shaded. Plus that moisture it gets in the morning should keep the sand moist, but of course being sand it's going to drain very well and shouldn't get soggy at all. So I'm going to put some clippings in here. I'll come back when that's done, and we'll see how they do. Alright, I've got the propagation tray planted now. And just for the record, today is July 8th, 2019. And what I've done is I've put some cranberry hibiscus in there. Cranberry hibiscus is one of the easiest plants to grow for propagation. It almost never seems to fail. Next to that, I've got 2 pieces of chaya and then 2 pieces of katuk. Those I've had a little more challenge, the katuk, not the chaya. And just for fun, I put some seeds in there, some tamarind seeds. So since the seeds have their own energy, I thought this might be a good way to get them started, and then I can transplant them if they pop up. So as soon as I see some activity, we'll come back in here and check on it and see if we get any positive results. All right, it's been 2 weeks since I planted in the sandbox here. So I'm gonna pop a few of these out and see what kind of results we have. So let's start with the cranberry hibiscus. I gotta be careful here, I don't wanna break off any roots. There we go, look at that. Got some good roots on it. Now these are always the easiest to propagate. So let's check the chaya, which is also pretty easy, but usually takes a little longer for the chaya to establish roots. Be real gentle there, and look at that. So we've got roots on there too. So we're 2 for 2. Katuk, much more challenging, but there's been some leaf growth. It looks pretty healthy. And let's see. Very, very tiny little roots. I don't know if you can see them there at the end, but it worked. So we're 3 for 3. I also planted some tamarind seeds here. I don't see any results there, but I didn't really expect it. But as far as propagation, this has worked really well. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna transplant all these into pots, and I'm gonna try some more challenging stuff. I'm gonna try probably some fig, and maybe some strawberry tree, or Jamaican cherry, as it's also known. So I'll give that a try. Those results I'll post in a completely separate posting. Again, I'm not overly confident that that's going to work, but if it does, I'll be really happy with the results. And the sandbox is really, so far, looking real good.